What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Josh and I'm here back with another tutorial. But before we hop into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Let's get it. So in this haircut, we're going to be cutting his hair all the way off, all the way down to an even haircut. We're going to be giving him a taper. So right here, I'm just picking his hair out, getting ready to cut it down. So right here is the big moment where we're cutting his hair all the way off. He did not want to do this. His mom made him do it. She requested me to do it, so we had to. And the reason why I called this video part 2 is because if you guys watched my video when I cut the little guy's freeform dreads off, that video got over 1 million views. I'm truly blessed and thankful for all the support that you guys showed me on that video. That's why I called this a part 2, because the same exact thing happened. We had to cut his hair all the way off, just like the mom wanted him to. So right after I do my first initial cut down, I always go back and I comb throughout the hair, because the hair wasn't cut evenly. It's never cut evenly. Once you do it one time, you have to do it more than once, and you want to make sure after every time you cut, you want to come back and comb, because it'll lift up any hair that you didn't cut or that didn't get caught into the guard. So in this haircut, we're going to be cutting his hair down to a 1.5, and as you guys can see, I'm just walking my way down with my guards. I started with my number 2 guard because I never cut his hair down this low before, so I wanted to find his pattern. So once the number 2 guard showed me his pattern, I went down to my number 1.5. So right after I get the hair cut down to the height that I want it to be cut to, I go in with my brush and I do a slight brush session, and I just lay the hair down and get it to lay down in the natural pattern that it grows. And also with me laying the hair down with my brush, it'll make my fade much smoother because all the hairs are laid down flat. So to start this taper off, we're going to be setting in my bald line with my trimmers. And right after we set in that guideline, we're going to go in with my cordless Wahl Seniors with the lever all the way open, going up about a 1/2 inch. And as soon as we get that guideline in, we're going to close the clipper halfway, and then we're going to go in and flick under the line and up to the line and get that line out. So right after that guideline, I'm going to go in with my number 1 guard with the lever all the way open, going up about another 1/2 inch. And right here, I'm going to be doing my fading down technique. After I go in with it open, I'm going to close my number 1 guard and just start under that line and flick up to it, and just lightly blend that line out as we're walking down until we get to the area where we blend this line completely out. So to finish off this guideline, I'm going to go in with my 1/2 guard, and I'm going to start under the line and flick up to the line, blending this line out. So to finish off this side taper, I'm going to go in with my number 2 guard, and I'm going to be fading down from this point on. Starting with my number 2 guard, I have it all the way closed. And once I go in and clear out some of that bulk, I'm going to drop down to my number 1.5 guard with the lever all the way open. And then once I blend that out good enough, I'm going to drop it down to a number 1.5 guard closed. So now that we went through our entire fading process on the side taper, I'm going to come back with my number 1 guard and just do some detail work, hitting all the dark areas and making sure that I get every hair blended as best as I can. Going a little more in depth with the detail, I took off my guard and I went in and did some raking techniques, and I did my corner blending technique on the side to make sure that I got this taper looking as best as I can. So now that we finished the side taper, I'm going to be doing a neck taper. The neck taper consists of the same exact steps. We just have a wider area to blend in. So basically we're doing the same thing that we did on the side taper. We just have a wider area to blend in, which means that we're going to have a longer guideline, and that's the only difference. So right after setting in my bald line, I'm going to go in with my cordless seniors with the lever all the way open with no guard on, going up about a half an inch, setting in my next guideline. So right after setting in that guideline, I go in with the same clipper, still with no guard on. I just closed the lever halfway and I started under the line and I flicked up to the line, blending out this line. So right here I'm going to go in with my number 1 guard with the lever all the way closed. On the side taper, I started with the lever all the way open. That's the only difference. I'm just starting shorter because I have a longer area to blend in, and I usually do that on my neck tapers. So right after setting in that guideline, I'm going to go in with my half guard and I'm going to start under the line and flick up to the line to blend that line out, and then we're going to move up in our fade. So exactly like we did on the side taper, I'm starting with my number 2 guard and I'm going to be fading down the rest of the way to make this blend come to life. So right after I'm done with my number 2 guard, I'm going to drop down to my number 1.5 guard with the lever all the way open, starting under the line and flicking up to the guideline that we're taking out. And I'm going to be dropping down lower as far as in terms of me fading up. I'm not going to be going up as high the lower I go in my guards. So right after I soften the line up with the lever all the way open, still with my number 1.5 guard, I just close the lever all the way and I'm just hitting that same guideline that we're taking out, softening it every time we go lower in guards. Every time we drop down lower in the guard, you're going to see this line get lighter and lighter until it's blended out. So as you guys know, I didn't use my number 1 guard all the way open. This is the area that we're going to be using it in. Right here, I'm just going to be blending right into that number 1.5 area, and this is going to make sure that I get this line out completely. It's still going to take a little bit more detail work. I'm going to be opening and closing the lever, just getting this line to blend how I want it to. This haircut is coming out very nice. What's crazy is that, I mean, like, he really did not want this haircut at all. Like, even at the end of the haircut, I asked him did he like it. He told me he did not like it. I mean, it's just something about those kids with that hair. They love to keep their hair, so it just crushed his dreams. Prepping his line up, I'm going to be spraying it with some holding spray. Then I'm going to come back with my blow dryer and my brush, and I'm going to brush it down, getting the hair to lay down on the skin so I can get the crispiest lineup I can get. And as you guys can see, this lineup is coming out crispy. I'm using my gold Babyliss trimmers for this, and I'm just going to sit back and let you guys watch this lineup come to life. You guys, my bad about this angle. I know I was all up in the camera. I bet you guys was like, man, he all up in the camera, I can't even see. But you guys, you know what I'm saying, check out this neckline up. Nothing but crispiness. You guys, check out my guy before his mom said cut it all off. He was super mad. I ain't even gonna lie, he did not talk to me the whole haircut. But we got my guy right, even though if he didn't like it or not, it's crispy. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you won't miss out on any future videos. It's your boy Josh. Follow me on Instagram at Joshxbarber, as you guys see on the top of this video, and I'm out.